Hello everybody, I'm Evan Kamiko. 20 years of IUS TV continues right now on the season 13 finale of The Toss-Up. Each week, join myself and an expert line panel dissect some of the nation's most elite college programs here in Bloomington to the biggest stadiums and stages around the world. Stick around because we got a great show coming up on The Toss-Up. Its national championship contending team, yet hardly anyone on campus is talking about them. Yeah, this week we're talking about all things Indiana swimming and diving. As the fall season concluded, 23 members of the team posted NCAA qualifying marks, and 3 Hoosiers recently won Big Ten weekly awards. Coming up later in the show, it's a fan favorite segment that returns. Yeah, you know that's right. We're talking about Know Your Hoosier. So to break it all down and then the interview later, we got so much coming up. It's a packed show. Welcome Ashley Voss, Audrey Marr, and IU Swim and Dive alum Kristen Hayden. Welcome to the Toss-Up. I believe this is all of your first time on panel.
Yeah, I'm excited to be here.
All right, well, let's thank you. First of all, thank you so much for coming. Kristen, a big thank you to you as well.
Thank you for having
are
me.
probably better an insider than any of the three of us combined, having a lot of experience with the current swimmers and former alum. But let's get started. First and foremost, the men's team last season, they won the Big Ten tournament. Do you think they're going to repeat, Ashley?
I don't think there is any reason to think that they won't. I mean, their record currently is 4-1, and the only loss that they've had is #1 Texas, and might I add, which was only by 10 points. So, I mean, if that alone doesn't prove to you that I think that they could win it again, I mean, I don't know what else would.
I'm not sure what else would. Kristen, anything?
I say, going right off you, yeah, I think they have a great chance of winning. And plus, at Texas, they didn't have Andrew Capobianco, which is a triple threat. So those are at least 10 points right there.
And he's somewhat of an Olympian, so I've heard.
And Big Ten champ on all 3 boards last year, so.
Yeah, just a subtle brag to those at home, Audrey.
No big deal, no big deal. But yeah, I think that they do have a really big shot. I mean, along with the fact that they have a lot of depth within their team. And I don't think that we should rule out Ohio State and Michigan. I think they're both really big contenders as well. And they're going to be looking out for some revenge. I think they want to get that Big Ten title as well. But I think it'll be a really close meet. It'll be in Michigan, and Ohio State does have that advantage of winning at the Invitational. So I'm looking forward to see how it pans out.
And, you know, you're coming off of a match against Cincinnati where both the men's and the women's side both won theirs. Kristen, what impressed you about that win?
I mean, the Hoosiers, they're the Hoosiers. I mean, there's not really anything to be surprised about. I mean, they come in, I see them working hard every single day. I saw how they prepared for it, and they came in from Thanksgiving break, and they were just grind time. You know, that's all they had. They're like, we're going to come in, we're going to grind against Cincinnati. And no matter what team it was, they're like, we're going to put on our best show. And it was even better because all the alumni that were there. And they were in the stands, and they dove for them. So.
And what was that like being there in the stands in that moment?
Man, I mean, of course, I wish I was on the boards at that moment. But just to be able to cheer them on and feel the energy and be with the other alumni and hear the stories. I mean, there were people there who have banners. So there's legends up there, and we were just all there cheering for the Hoosiers. I mean, it's really probably one of the best meets I've been to.
And Audrey, you were there covering it as well as Ashley. What was your experience? What did you kind of see? What stuck out to you?
Yeah, I mean, I think I talked about it a little bit before. I really think the depth was really showcased well in both sides of the team. Talking to Coach Luz at the end of the meet, he said that they just wanted to use this meet as one to explore new opportunities and to swim some off events. And yet they were still able to win by a big margin, and many of the swimmers hit some NCAA B cuts as well as divers. So I think that it just really was able to showcase the depth and how far they can go in the season.
Ashley, any swimmers in specific stick out, and kind of who should we watch out for as the season progresses?
Yeah, I think beautifully said by both of them. But I think that something that was really notable was the fact that even though it was just like a dual meet, they still had Maxwell Wright go the 5th fastest time in the nation, which is insane. And also Rafael Miroslav go the 10th fastest time in the nation. So those two definitely are two that I would look out for, along with Van Matthias. He is a 5th year, so I think that he's really just gonna like give it his all. And I mean, he used to do stroke, but has now transitioned to freestyle, and he just dominates anything that you put him in. I mean, this past Friday, he got first in the 200 medley, in the 100 breast, the 100 free, and the 200 free. I mean, anything you put him in, he's gonna dominate.
So I'm hearing that I should race him eventually.
Yeah, probably.
Ashley, Audrey, let's look at the women's side, because you talked about a lot of the men's racers. What women really stick out to you?
Yeah, I mean, I think Anna Peplowski, I mean, both of the sisters, Noelle and Anna, I think they both really stick out to me. I mean, they're both solid MVPs every season, I think. And I think especially Anna Peplowski, she's been insanely consistent. Looking at her times, I mean, especially this season, she's winning her events by really big margins. And I think that she has a really solid chance of getting some Big Ten titles this season, as well as possibly NCAA titles. And she's already hit those some of those qualifying times as well. So she really sticks out to me.
Kristen, take us to the diving boards. What do you see?
Man, the team looks amazing. I mean, it's my team, but we really have strong, like every single class is strong, and we got these freshmen coming in, and they're no joke. They're really grinding, and they're challenging our upperclassmen, which is so awesome. We have the Olympian being challenged by a freshman. It only pushes you to become the best version of yourself. The energy is unreal every single practice. I mean, I'm just really excited to.
And what is one freshman on the diving team that can make that impact? And who specifically is challenging those Olympians? Because, it's a pretty tough thing to challenge Olympians. So give him a little bit of love.
So Max Weinrich, he came in, he really dominated this past season as a junior and even senior nationals. And he just came in every single practice, positive attitude. He's always like, what can I do? What can I do better? And watches Andrew, analyzes him, and he's like, I'm gonna do his dive. I'm gonna try this. I'm gonna try and do, and he's, the biggest thing about him is that he's everyone's #1 supporter as well. So he's like, hey, I'm gonna compete against you, but I'm also gonna cheer for you. So that's what really makes him special.
And that's great from the diving side. Let's move to the swimming side. Audrey, who are some of the women's swimmers that you have an eye on, especially the underclassmen?
Yeah, underclassmen, I mean, you could also go with sophomore Anna Peplowski, who we were talking about, obviously. She's extremely dominant. But for freshmen, I really like Christina Pago. I really hope I'm saying her name right. But she has been really, really good this season, really consistent, just up there with Anna Peplowski, I think. And the most important meet of the season, I think, in my eyes, was the Ohio State Invitational. And she traveled there, and even though they had struggles with some air quality issues, she still came out and she won every single event that she raced in. And she hit some personal bests and some school bests and season bests, I'm pretty sure. So I think that can be a motivator as well to people on the team, that you need to show up for your teammates as much as you need to show up for yourself. And I think that she's been really consistent in doing that. And I think it's remarkable to see that as a freshman.
Ashley, the men's side, underclassmen.
Underclassmen on the men's side. I would probably go with Josh Matheny, once again. Hope his last name is correct. I know he's a sophomore, but he just really had an amazing season last year. I mean, as a freshman, he got silver in the 200 breast and went the 9th fastest time in the nation, and then was the only freshman in the A final cut for the 100 breast. So, I mean, he's just shown since freshman year that he's really going to be a star on the team, and I think that he's just such a strong swimmer for the Hoosiers, so I'm really excited to see what he does.
And there's just such a long list of strong swimmers. It's like you said, their only loss is Texas. Who knows when that next one's going to come? But Audrey, I'll start with you on this one. What's going to be the toughest matchup coming up for Indiana?
Yeah, I mean, I have different answers for men's and women's, but for...
We love different answers. The more the merrier.
Yeah, so for the men's, I think, overall, I do think all these matchups are going to be really crucial for the Hoosiers. I think for the men's, I think Michigan coming down next week, in a month. I think that'll be a really big test, and I think Michigan, again, they know the stakes. They're hungry for that Big Ten championship, and they're a really solid team. They're 5-2 on the season. Only loss is being number 8 Virginia, by a really close meet, and number 10 Tennessee. And then they have 3 big wins under their belt. They beat Purdue, North Carolina, who is close to being ranked, and number 24 Northwestern. So I think they know the stakes. I think they really want to come to Bloomington and win and show that they have a really big, high potential. And yeah, and then for women's, I think Louisville. 6 days earlier, they're only going to be at Purdue, and I don't think that's a lot of time to rest. And I think that'll show the potential that they have. Really, I think they'll be really good meets.
Ashley?
Well, I had the same answers, but I
If you had to pick one, you know.
I'll continue with the women's side. I also thought that Louisville would be a bit of a challenge just because I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, I think that currently Louisville is ranked number 8, maybe?
Yeah.
I just know that I think that they're
Number
higher.
eight. We have confirmation?
Yeah.
Okay.
They're number
I
8.
think they were 10. So I know that they are ranked a little bit higher, but I don't think that doesn't mean it isn't manageable, and I don't think that they can't do it. Also, I think that maybe dominating Purdue, which obviously we want them to do. I mean, having that competition always hypes people up. So I think that hopefully having that confidence boost of ideally going in there and dominating them will hopefully propel to the next meet and help them with Louisville. So.
And Kristen, on the diving side, and even in general as a swimmer and diver, what are some of the matchups that you are looking forward to or have looked forward to back when you were fully with the team?
The best thing is Big Tens, and NCAA's, because you have everyone. It's not a one-on-one matchup. You're there. It's under the pressure. It's go time. That's when it really counts, is when the pool stops and it's finals, and it's put your best list down, and that's what you can do. It's amazing, and the best time is finals, and so you can verse against the best of the best.
And who doesn't want to verse against the best of the best? Kristen, you're going to stick around for a little bit. Ashley and Audrey, we'll see you guys in a little bit later in the show, because coming up, we're going to have Hoosiers in the pros. Kristen and I, we're going to get to know each other a little bit better playing your favorite game. And then Audrey and Ashley are going to rejoin the show later. We'll be right back. Welcome back. We lost 2 on set, but still hanging out with me is Kristen Hayden. And Kristen, it's time to finally play Know Your Hoosier. This is part 1. We have this in 2 parts. This is when me and you, we sit down, we get to know each other, I ask you a couple questions, and then later on, Ashley and Audrey will try to guess your answers. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, the first question for you. When did you start diving?
I began diving when I was 10 years old.
And what was it like when you first dove into the water? What was that feeling?
I've always loved the water, but I was a gymnast, so it was kind of combining both sports because I did swimming as well, and I just loved it first time.
And this next question can either be all time or more recently. What is your favorite pre-dive hype song?
That's a good question. I kind of have 2. So one, it's Survivor by Destiny's Child, and then it is Blessings by Chance the Rapper.
Oh, 2 great songs. When you're actually diving, do you play a song in your head? Because when I used to play baseball, I would step into the box listening to The Chain by Fleetwood Mac. It would always get me hyped. Do you do that? Is that the same or is it different?
It really depends on the mood, because sometimes I go in and I'm amped and I'm like, okay, well, I need to chill out a little bit. And sometimes I'm a little bit more mellow and I'm like, I got to rev it up. So it really depends on what mood I am.
Yeah.
And it depends on the competition, depends on the day.
Of course.
Yeah, but sometimes you just got to go with your mood.
And speaking of music, I'm going to make you call out your teammates right now. What is one teammate that you would never want to touch the aux cord in a car?
I will probably have to say Emma. I love the girl. She just sometimes is like, let's play the ABCs. And I'm like, today's just not the day for that.
I mean, the ABCs are great.
They're great. They're great.
If I'm in the middle of something, I don't know if I want to listen to the ABCs.
Yeah.
Anyway, moving forward, if you were to be stuck on a deserted island, I know it's tough. You got to pick 2 of your teammates. Who would they be?
So thinking about that, I would definitely have to go with me, myself, and I.
I don't think we've ever had that answer. I've asked that to multiple athletes, but me, myself, and I. Wow. Why do you think that you would be so good alone versus with teammates?
You know, I just love being alone, and I think it would add a little bit to the challenge. I'm always up for a challenge. So me having to figure it out alone, I'm down for the challenge.
And the next question is a bit more challenging. What is your favorite restaurant in Bloomington? There are so many good ones to choose from, but you have to choose one.
It's actually Sakura. I go there every single week at least and get ramen. It's unreal.
I'm a big lo mein fan from Sakura, but that is a great choice. I don't think we've heard that. What about on Kirkwood? Maybe a bonus question if it comes down to it.
Kirkwood, I would probably say, man, that's hard.
It's the point of an interview.
Yeah, I think I'd probably say Cane's right now. Cane's. Yeah, a little bit off Kirkwood is Nourish. That place is
I don't think I've had Nourish before.
Nourish is amazing. They have these steamed buns with pork belly. Oh, phenomenal.
Interesting. All right, let's round up the questions. Let's close off. It's my favorite one to ever ask athletes. If you had to describe your IU career in one word, what would it be?
I would have to say memorable. Yeah.
That's an awesome answer. Any of your favorite memories before we go to another break?
It would be NCAA finals where Taryn and I were battling together trying to get that title and ending up second and third. And I just we're both holding our trophies together and I look at her and it's like, girl, we did it. You know, all of that work that we did, all those practices when we were just struggling, like we did it and we did it together.
That's such an awesome moment. Kristen, you're going to stick around because coming up after this, Ashley and Audrey, they're going to be on the hot seat. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the show. Now that all of you at home now know Kristen's answers, it's time to play the second part of the game we like to call Know Your Hoosier. Audrey and Ashley told you guys about this already, but Kristen and I just had a great conversation asking her some questions that have to do with the team, that have to do personally about diving, and as well, some Bloomington connection, because you always got to have that. Let's kick it off. The first question that we asked was, how old was Kristen when she started swimming? Audrey, we'll start with you.
Oh, wow. I'm going to go with like 7.
7.
Around 7.
Ashley?
I'm going to go with 5.
5. Kristen, you want to tell them the answer?
It's 10.
10. Okay. Okay.
Just for everyone.
Solid
at home, we've never done this before where we've had our interview subject on panel, so this is a brand new thing.
This makes it scarier.
Right? Well, we've once had people rock, paper, scissor for the right to play this game, and that was a classic. But we've never had the panelists on here, so this should keep being interesting. And if it gets close towards the end, we'll start throwing out bonus points.
Okay.
So because we have to have one winner, and I apologize. Last time we did this, it was multiple choice. I didn't do multiple choice this time to make it harder on you guys. So here's a two-parter. This is 2 songs that you have the choice to get, and I know it's a big list. But what is Kristen's pre-dive hype song? Ashley.
God. Like any song ever that you would listen to? God. What's like a new one?
I'll give you a hint. I'll give both of you a hint.
Okay.
The one is also a TV show, a reality TV show. There's your hint.
Oh, wow. Yeah, no, this is bad.
Either of you want first guess?
God, I just like.
We do have to keep rolling.
Yeah, I know.
Okay. Say something.
Oh, God. Okay, I'm just going to go Indiana Fight song. That's the first thing that came to mind.
Maybe I might make this multiple choice.
You need to make this multiple choice.
Questions.
Ashley, I don't know. Maybe.
TV reality show.
TV reality show. The Real Housewives? That's not a song.
No.
I was going to say the Kardashians. I think that's worse. So.
Well, Kristen's answer is Survivor by Destiny's Child. You know, Survivor.
Okay.
And Blessings by Chance the Rapper. 2 really good songs, by the way.
Okay, that's really good.
I'm not going to make this one multiple choice. We're gonna save the multiple choice for a little down the road. Who is the one person on the team that Kristen would never give the aux to? Audrey?
Oh. Let's say Carson Tyler.
He actually has great music.
Oh,
Thank you. Sorry.
that's great. Well, we know Ashley's
Well,
wrong.
Ashley.
Ashley's wrong, but
Narrowed it
Ashley,
down for you there.
Ashley, that's one less person.
Okay. I guess Ann Fowler.
And the answer is
Emma.
Okay.
Yes.
Wolf.
Emma Wolf.
Emma Wolf. Okay.
Number 4. If Kristen was stuck on a deserted island, who would she choose to be with, Ashley? This is a trick question. I'll throw it out there right now. This is a trick question.
Coach Luz.
Not a bad answer.
Oh, let's say Taryn Gilliland and Ann Fowler.
Well, I told you this was a trick question because the answer is.
Me, myself, and I.
I was thinking that. I was actually thinking that.
I've given you hints. Right now, we're 4 questions in. The score is 0-0.
This is so embarrassing.
0-0 before. But here we go. Now we're gonna go.
right.
Now we're gonna go multiple choice. There are
God.
2 correct answers of the 4. What is Kristen's favorite restaurant in Bloomington? Is it A, Sakura, B, Buffalo's, C, Cane's, or D, The Tap? Audrey?
I'm gonna go Buffalo's.
Okay. I told you there's. Do you
Oh, there's
think
2
of the
answers.
crack?
Sorry.
There's 2 answers.
2 answers. And the first one's Sakura. Is that the? Yeah. Okay. I'll do that.
So you got Sakura and Buffalo's. Ashley.
I'm gonna go with Sakura and the Tap. Is that the other one?
The correct answers are.
Sakura and Canes.
So you both get
Okay,
a point.
we both get a point. It's not 0-0
At least we're
anymore.
not going home without points. At least people are gonna have points. Here we go. The final question we asked Kristen. What was one word to describe her, I can't speak for a second, IU career? Is it A, journey, B, pride, C, memorable, or D, favorite? Audrey, you're up first.
Is there 2 answers to this
There's
one?
one answer for this.
Okay. I'm gonna say pride.
Ashley?
I'll go with Journey.
The correct answer is.
Memorable.
Oh my
So it's 1-1. I'm not sure how we break this tie. I think I have an idea. Here we go.
Oh, okay. All right. I don't hear anything, I promise. Okay. All right.
We got the tiebreaker. This has never happened.
Oh my gosh.
First. This is a toss-up first, as I sit down and miss the chair. All right. What is Kristen's favorite color? I'm going to give you 3 answers this time.
Okay.
Is it A, blue, B, purple, or C, orange? Ashley,
Purple.
it's a solid answer.
Blue.
And we have a winner. The correct answer was purple. Ashley wins in the tiebreaker. You're looking in the camera. Do you have any speech, anything you want to say to anybody?
I want to thank my mom and my dad for getting me here. I could not have done it without my family. Thank you so much.
Well, what a speech, Audrey, Ashley. We can't thank you enough. And Kristen, thank you so much for coming on and taking time out of your busy schedule to be here with us. But that's going to do it for the show this week. Be sure to continue the discussion and follow us on Instagram and Twitter at IUSTV Sports. With that, there's one thing left to do, so toss it up, find out if we'll catch it, and we'll see you next semester.